Hi guys, and welcome to the first tutorial I'm making for Patreon. I'm gonna be teaching you how to make a canvas wig head. Canvas wig heads are way better than styrofoam wig heads for several reasons. And making your own will give you extra options because you can control the size, the shape, and even the weight of the wig head depending on your needs. Okay, so start off covering your hair with a hairnet. If you have long hair, you can make a series of pin curls around your head to reduce the volume. Then you cover your head with plastic wrap and remember to leave the nose uncovered. Now it's time to cover the head with the duct tape. Cut several stripes of duct tape and place it around the head. You can do it just half of the head to save tape, or you can do the whole thing, but you're gonna use just half of the head. After the head is completely or half covered with tape, using a Sharpie, try to draw a line that divides the head right in the middle, from the chin to the top of the head. Using a measuring tape, try to find the middle of the back section of your head on at least 3 different points. Then connect them. Now you're gonna need to draw two 2-inch wide stripes from the middle of the head. Try to make the vertical parts completely perpendicular to the floor. Now let's mark the notches of our pattern using a Sharpie. They're gonna be useful when sewing our fabric parts together. Now it's time to cut our pattern pieces apart. It is a good idea to number the pieces and label which side is front and which back. If you did everything right, they should be looking like that. Next step is to transfer our pattern to the construction paper. Add an extra 3 to 5 inches to the lower part of the pattern. And you can now cut your patterns from the construction paper. Now you're gonna transfer the pattern from the construction paper to the fabric. And don't forget to transfer all the notches. I like to align the back part of the pieces with the cross grain of the fabric. That means perpendicular to the selvage. Because the fabric has some stretch in the bias, which is the diagonal, and we want to avoid the stretch as much as you can, especially in the areas that make contact with the wig. The fabric I'm using is the Duct cloth, also known as linen canvas. Before cutting, remember to add a seam allowance of 3/8 of an inch. You can now cut your pieces from the fabric. I first sew it by hand using a single strand of thread. I make 3 knots on the longest tail and start sewing from the first notch. I make some back stitches in the same place to secure the thread and then keep stitching matching all the notches. Sometimes you may find areas where one seam line seems to be longer than the other one. In this case, try to take smaller stitches on the smaller seam line and more sparser stitches on the longest one until you match the next notch. When you reach the last notch, take some back stitches to secure the thread in place, and then cut it. Now it's time to secure everything with small stitches using a sewing machine. Just sew over your hand stitches. In difficult areas, put the needle down, lift the presser foot, and move the fabrics to a more comfortable position. Just take your time. Now, just because the fabric can unravel, fold the bottom of the head twice and then sew over it. Fill the head with polyester fiber as much as you can. The one I use is poly-fil, and I use about 25 ounces for each head. Now that your wig head is looking like a head or a thumb, place it over a cylindrical plastic jar and push it down as much as you can. Mark where the bottom of the head meets the jar and measure the distance of this point to the center of the bottom of the jar. Then cut 2 pieces of a 1-inch wide elastic using this measurement. Now remove all the polyester fiber from the head and sew one of the elastic pieces from the front to the back of the head. Then fold the head in half, front and back together, and find the center of each side. Take the other piece of elastic and sew from one side to another. Now you can fill the head with the fiber again. If you want a heavier wig head to brush and style your wigs, now it's time to fill the jar with heavy stuff like sand and rocks. I want mine to be lightweight because I'm gonna use mostly for ventilating hair, so I'll keep it empty. Use the elastics to secure the head to the jar. Move the elastics until the head is perfectly straight and then secure it in place using the duct tape. If you're not gonna use your head just to make your wigs, that is, if other people is gonna see it, you may want to cover the bottom of the jar, including the duct tape. You can use some fancy metallic leather or any other material you want, just be creative. And that's the final result. I hope you guys like it, and I would love to see your own canvas wig heads. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and that's it.